Welcome to another horrid, despicable episode of the apocalypse. And the choice has already been made. It is too late. You did it. I did not. I am sorry. You are in the apocalypse. You are in the reign of the Antichrist and the imp. You wanted it. You got it. A movement of people, dare I use the term, that were all about the end of war for America. For America had spent way too much time involved in war, and everyone was tired. But this movement, I remember, they made it about that Johnny, their man, was not about war. Of course, they had conveniently forgotten Johnny's first 6 months in office. During his first term, he did exactly what he was supposed to do as the imp's favorite, as the imp's chosen, as the imp's anointed. He was an absolute warmonger until this movement called the right-wing grift machine, also known as the MAGA cult. They were tired of war and they shamed him. Therefore, he suddenly became the man of peace after volleying 200 missiles at Syria, sending an armada of warships towards North Korea, and dropping the mother of all bombs as only the Antichrist would on Afghanistan. Then he was shamed, then he became the man of peace all of a sudden. He became Superman. According to you people, that's what your movement was. Now, he is an absolute warmonger once again, for he has no time. This is his moment. He must set in motion his plan that he's been dreaming of his entire worthless life. Being Adolf Hitler. Therefore, we have war and rumors of war and a bonus war we were not told about. That is how bad the shit is. That is how fucked you are. Let us begin. This is the Epstein file search account. And it looks like that. That little symbol up at the top. And they serious. And every damn Epstein thing that they put out, they grab it immediately and they archive it. Eventually, all these people will be shut down. How do I know that? Miss Bondi's pulling files down left and right. That's what was happening as the bombs were dropping. They've been doing it for a while. Well, they ramped it up a bit. CBS News and the Epstein file account report, DOJ took down 47,000 plus Epstein files, 65,000 pages, removed bulk download access. We already have them. 2.5 million documents, 4.2 million pages, indexed and searchable. The archive is permanent. This is where you folks make your mistake. You don't understand what you're dealing with. Nothing's permanent in digital land. The tech bros own digital land, and Donnie owns the tech bros. Do you understand that? Eventually, it's all going away. We are in 1984, son. I don't know if you noticed. I love what these people are doing. I love when congressmen tell the puppy killer they're going to hold her accountable when Donnie Croakser's out of office. I love that. I love the enthusiasm. You don't understand what you're dealing with, though. You're dealing with Satan. You're dealing with the Antichrist. You're dealing with absolute evil people. This Epstein file shit will go away. So if you want to see it, you best see it now. The people behind the Epstein file account, they don't know that. That congresswoman I told you about the other day telling the puppy killer, we're going to hold you accountable for what you've done. They don't understand that they will be removed. And that was the plan before January. All he needed was you people, and you know who you are, to let their foot in the door. From that moment forward, it was over, son. America and the world. So while the bombs were dropping in Iran, thousands of Epstein documents and pages were being taken down by Miss Bondi. And Rubes, I must ask again, how do you explain that if Donnie's not a pedophile? Plus the fact they haven't even released most of it. And they've hidden names of criminals. The shit they did release. And then some of it they take down. That's how, again, fucked we are. That's how overt, in your face, this cover-up is. They might as well be knocking on your front door and saying, fuck you. The worst pedophile in the files, Donald Trump. They're taking shit down. They're taking Rothschild shit down now, too. A couple things. But, again, Miss Rothschild, Donnie needed you to be a sacrificial lamb. Take the heat off him. People love hearing shit about Rothschild, boy. They love it. They all about that. And Donnie knows that. They love hearing shit about Leon, Zuck. I know more Zuck shit's in there too. I just know it, son. I already seen one more document. I told you. He needed you people. You'll be the sacrificial lambs. You already were. Your reps are ruined for all fucking time. People are saying behind your back, goddamn pedophile. That's your life from this moment forward. Why? Because you threw in with Donnie and you threw in with Jeff. That's why. And Donnie had the heat on him. He still does. That's why files are coming down. That's why he let your names out. He could have redacted them. Again, you thought you could leash the beast. You thought you were above it. Donnie taking it all down in flames, baby. I tried to warn you oligarch people. If they weren't censoring the fuck out of me, maybe you would have saw it. All these years, I mean, maybe I would have gained a big following. And you would have heard it. Probably wouldn't have changed anything because you think you know better. You're the elite, the special, all of you, I know. You think you are. You thought you were above the knife of the Antichrist, right? Leon did. Look where he is, foot up the ass. You thought you were more cunning and calculated, evil than the Antichrist. You were wrong. All of you will go under the bus. Look how many already. Rothschild, Gates, Zuck, Leon, the pedophile. Fucking, what's his name? Nutlick. Oh my God. Let all your names out, son. Could have redacted them, son. Redacted other names. taking files about himself down. Most of your shit's still up. I tried to warn you, you can't leash the beast, son. You don't know what you people are getting into. I know you've been running the world for a while now. I know. Now the devil taking what's his, what he gave you. Now the bill's due. And you'll have a little fun, but your rep's ruined for all fucking time. And more will come out about you. Because Donnie taking everything down. You, us down here in peasant land. The entire world, son. I know you all thought you could control it. You could control the beast. You should have read scripture and taken it seriously and understood. I understood a long time ago. The very second time I read it. If this thing described in this story is real, if this is a real prophecy, if this Antichrist person exists, well, this description of him, he's the most abominable thing ever. Murder is nothing to him. Pedophilia is nothing. Rape is nothing. Torture, nothing. Bombing hundreds, thousands for fun, nothing. Throwing the most elite people, in quotes, of the world out as sacrificial lambs to get the heat off his goddamn pedophilia. Nothing, as you've experienced. The highest people in the land, son. The people that walked around with their nose up like this, son. Revealed as straight pedophiles. That's Donnie, baby. Hey, look at it this way. You got the heat off your Messiah. Your oligarch utopian Messiah that you're looking forward to. Now you get to be known as a goddamn pedophile the whole reign. Ooh, that's gotta sting, son. That's gotta fucking sting. So 65,000 pages getting taken down while Iran was getting bombed into oblivion. Just to let you know. But Donnie's not a pedo. I know. Ted Lieu recognized, clear that A.G. Bondi is covering up Epstein's pedophilia sex trafficking ring. Covering up crimes can constitute criminal behavior. A.G. Bondi also lied under oath, which is a crime. Rep. Goldman and I asked Todd Blanche, District Attorney Todd Blanche, to appoint a special counsel. So far, he's in hiding. I bet he is. Blanche ain't good at this game. He's horrible on the shows. I understand why you're in hiding, sir. And Mr. Lieu recognized as talking about the Wall Street Journal. The Justice Department has withheld thousands of documents from Epstein files, including FBI documents that detailed a woman's unverified allegations of sexual misconduct against Trump, according to a review. But Donnie's not a pedo, I know. This is important right here. Because there's this misconception that Leon was ever a liberal. There's this misconception that Jeff Epstein hung out with liberals and was a liberal and believed in liberal ideology. There's a misconception that these tech bros are liberal, even though most of them are gay. They still ain't liberal. Mr. Thale's gay, still ain't liberal. They're far-right fascists. They're Nazis. Whether they believe in Adolf Hitler and do Sieg Heils and shit, it's still Nazi beliefs. That Rothschild woman, Mr. Epstein, even though he was a Jew. White people aren't the only ones that can be racist. I've met and watched people vote racism, and they were Jewish. And I don't understand it. Mr. Epstein, if he were alive during Adolf's time, and in the wrong place, he would have ended up in a gas chamber. And his money would have been seized by the Reich. Instead, he ended up behind bars by the current Nazi, Donald Trump, and executed there. So Mr. Epstein got to, I just realized that now, got to experience firsthand what Nazis do to Jews. What people believe, what Mr. Epstein believes, do to people like Mr. Epstein, was done to him. Literally. I never looked at it that way before. By the Nazis, the modern Nazis. That's, it's fun for these people that are in safe, comfortable positions in life to play with Nazism and talk about it and preach it. But when they get to experience it, it's a whole nother thing, son. So this person posted some interesting information, and they're dead on. Epstein and his tech bros had one thing in common: the absolute disregard for the sanctity of life. Indeed, that Rothschild woman, Gates, these are the types of conversations they have. These are the things they think about. Now let's read it. Epstein spoke with AI founder Joshua Bach about how climate change is a good way of dealing with overpopulation, so thinning out the herd. That's eugenics. That was a Nazi belief. Let me continue. The Earth's forest fires, potentially a good thing for the species. I've been wondering if a lot of those California fires have been being set by certain right-wing entities. I've been wondering that for years. So that's also eugenics, thinning of the herd, a rich man's view of, we need to thin out the population because, I don't have enough, and, I haven't taken enough, and I don't have enough power. They're taking from me. They have things I could have. Disgusting mentality. The Georgia Guidestone mentality. If you don't know what that is, look it up, son. Some group put that up. And again, if your philosophies, whatever group you are so wonderful, why are you afraid to put your name on it, son? Because you know it's of the devil, son. And so do I. We've never had an overpopulation problem or a resource problem. We've had a hoarding of resource problem. AI data centers are a great example. How much water and power those monstrosities use for no good purpose. Absolutely none. Get rid of shit like that and share the resources and everybody be fine. You know what the devil would say? What the oligarch would say, who's already filthy rich, who has enough money he couldn't spend in 8 lifetimes. There's not enough resources on Earth. We need to thin the herd because we're so noble and enlightened. That all that is, son, that's not enlightenment, that's not wisdom. All that is a fucking devil. And it was never anything else. And it's straight up Nazi belief. That eugenics, that thinning out the herd, that it's acceptable to kill the unwanted in society. And of course, the top of whatever Reich we're talking about get to decide who's the unwanted in society. Not you. You are the unwanted, son. Miss Rothschild and Mr. Epstein talking about replacing the peasants with, some other thing, clones, whatever. Grow babies in labs. I've seen the emails, son. Not conjecture. And no, son, they ain't no liberals. So the fires are a good thing. Climate change is a good thing to thin out the herd, according to Epstein and his posse and the tech bros. Epstein advocated mass executions of the elderly and infirm. Again, eugenics, Nazi beliefs. Oh, the elderly are of no use to society. Let's get rid of them. The infirm of no use to society. Let's get rid of them. That's all that is, son. Again, was the devil, is the devil. Little children was Christ walking around saying, let's get rid of the elderly and infirm. They're just not contributing. Let's just get rid of them. Nah, Jesus wasn't saying that. The devil was, though. That's how backwards you is, son. If you dare entertain that gospel for even more than 0.2 seconds. Or at all. Society should discard the unused elements. I mean, that's core Nazism. Core Satan. Same thing. I've been telling you for years that's what Hitler believed. Get rid of gays, infirm, unless they were the Nazi gays up at the top. They were fine. Gays, the elderly, the infirm, mentally handicapped people. Core Nazism. Core eugenics. Core Satan. Discard unused elements like the brain discards neurons. The men praised fascism as the most efficient and rationally stringent way of governments. Well, we're witnessing that, and all the tech bros are on board. The right-wing grift machine since 1945, that's where they've been pushing our society. Democracy doesn't work for them. Doesn't work for the CIA either. Doesn't work for the oligarchy either. Never did. That's why you're seeing the end of it. Fascism, again, far-right movement, just like Adolf Hitler, believed same thing, same beliefs as Adolf Hitler. Again, it's interesting since the Rothschilds are Jewish, allegedly. I know you call them fake Jews, whatever. Epstein, a Jew of that ancestry, preaching straight eugenics, the same thing Adolf Hitler. Again, these people didn't have to put the uniforms on and actually believe and associate with Adolf Hitler to believe the same thing. Do you understand that concept? The most efficient, yeah, for the oligarchy, fascism is the most efficient, yeah. It's also most evil and satanic. It is not just biohacking and mind control that interested Epstein. He was keen on mass surveillance and facial emotion recognition tech. Yeah, what they're doing right now. Epstein was integral into where our world is right now. Do you understand that? Miss Rothschild, Leon, Thale, others. They molded us into this moment. They pushed us into this moment. Exactly what's being rolled out. I mean, shit, this website just tried to get a 6-minute video out of me. That's for biometrics. That's all it's for. My ID. More information about me. That's what it's for. Right there. Epstein funded surveillance products like an AI-powered robot with facial recognition developed by the University of Tennessee. In his address book, Epstein listed various tech bros who've been described as controlling the digital infrastructure of modern life. Yeah. This is what the group believes. These are core Nazi beliefs. Other people that believe these things, Oz, RFK, Donald Trump, Miss Levitt, the whole group. This is where it's going. This is what they want. This is what they believe. I don't want them to believe it. This isn't fun for me. I don't get off talking about it. I'd rather be sleeping. I'm here because this is what they believe. What I've been telling you for years. So Epstein wasn't no fucking liberal, and no one's a liberal that believes these, these things. These aren't liberal ideas. These are far-right fascist ideas. These are satanic ideas. These are New World Order ideas. Freemasonic ideas. Before the tech bros were around, long before, the technocracy believers were around, since like the 20s. I think. But the tech bros weren't around when that Georgia Guidestones went up. I kind of got a Freemasonic vibe from it personally. I could be wrong. Another group could be responsible. But don't the Freemasons kind of run everything? Aren't they really the main motherfuckers? I see Freemason license plates every day. That's how mainstream that shit is. That's how real that shit is. I see upside down pentagrams on people's gravestones because they're female Freemasons. Whatever that group's called, I can't remember. That's how serious they is, son. They'll put an obelisk at their grave instead of a gravestone, a headstone. All over the cemeteries. I used to do videos on it. Obelisks, upside down pentagrams. Nah, not of Satan at all. It's just an innocent symbol, right? No, the star is kind of an innocent symbol. You turn it upside down and make it a pentagram. Now it's the goat head, son. It's not innocent at all. That's why Satan likes flipping shit, inverting shit. That's straight Satan right there, the upside down pentagram. I don't care what any motherfucker said. Everyone knows it. So as a Freemason, again, they would tell you they're just a nice little community group. We're like the Catholic Church or the Christians, We're just, we're not a cult. We're not a religion. We're not, the main ruling class of the world. Come join us when you hit the lottery. Make sure you hit the lottery first. And then they slap up symbols like obelisks and upside down pentagrams on as their grave headstone or on their headstone. And their symbols are the pyramid again, the obelisk, the eye, all straight Satan, all ancient Egypt son. And then they come out in the modern era and they dare compare the story of Horus and all that with Christ. Easily debunkable in 5 fucking seconds. And they made entire 2-hour documentaries on it. It's hilarious. There is no comparison, son. I've taken quite a look at it. What a joke people make the comparison. That Christianity is some form of ancient Egyptian whatever. No, it isn't, son. It's the exact opposite, son. I know you tried. It wasn't a really convincing try, though, for anyone with real intellect. Entire industry, zeitgeist, son. Zeitgeist is what I'm talking about. I debunked it in 3 minutes. The story of Christ and the story of Horus and that whole thing. There's not one similarity, son. Not one. The symbols are straight Satan. The argument that Christianity and Christ and all that is just some zeitgeist ancient Egyptian philosophy. No, no. In fact, when the Jews finally were free from Egypt, when they dared go back to some of them Egyptian practices, God was not pleased, son. He punished them quite motherfucking severely whenever they dabbled back in that Egyptian bullshit. Because that shit was of Satan. That's why the Freemasons slapping pyramids, eyes, obelisks, and the female Freemasons are slapping upside down pentagrams on their friggin' gravestones. Because Freemasonry is of Satan. I didn't pick the symbol, son. You Masons did. That tells me all I need to know. That's this. The Georgia Guidestones, again, up way before this was all a thing. Same philosophies. Same gospel. Probably the same group. All real, son. Again, I see the license plates every day with the fucking square and compass on it. With the G. That ain't for God, son. Lil Marco. He gave a statement towards the end of the day yesterday because it was getting kind of hot regarding all the people they've abandoned in the Middle East. State Department workers, embassy workers, just all kind Americans, all kind of people just straight abandoned because, you know, Donnie just willy-nilly bombed shit. And he don't think, you know, maybe I might need to evacuate some people. And he already stole the money for that and fired everyone, you know, that might have been able to do that. So Lil Marco, Donnie, Hegseth, they saw the critiques online and all the people talking shit that, you know, these people are calling the government and the government's telling them, yeah, you're on your own, you know, you got to leave, but you'll be all right. You don't need us. So once people started talking shit on that, once the reports started coming into CNN and shit, you know, State Department workers calling up like, I'm fucking stranded. What the fuck, man? That's the Antichrist, baby. Leave you high and motherfucking dry. So when they heard the critiques at first, when it first became a story, they made a hotline. Then, you know, just for the rubes to hear that there's a hotline. Oh, look, Donnie's doing something. You call the hotline, it says the U.S. government is not offering evacuation at this time. Seek commercial alternatives when there are none. And again, if you get on a commercial plane, you got to white knuckle it, hoping Iran don't shoot it the fuck down. Anywhere in the Middle East. So after they put the talking point out that there was a hotline, people called the hotline and it said, fuck off. You're on your own. Because Donnie stole the money. Sorry. So then that became a story. So today they said at Little that's right, Little Marco gave a statement after that. Once the hotline being bullshit became a story, Little Marco came up to the podium and said, first we need to know where you are. So call the hotline and let's get this all cataloged. In other words, there ain't no goddamn help coming. We need to get this all cataloged. There's charter flights, there's commercial, there's some military that evacuated some people. I bet none of that happened. Probably their friends, that's it. And then he said he made the final point, we need to get this all cataloged, know where you are first. That tells me nothing's on the way. That tells me it's just a reaction to being critiqued. That's the only reason that little moment at the podium happened. Then it's still a story today. People still calling the hotline son and being told, yeah, there's nothing for you. I don't know why you calling. So they brought it up with Miss Levitt and she fucking snapped. Oh, that's not true. We've updated the hotline. Oh, does that mean a motherfucking plane's in the air? I don't want to hear the hotline's been updated. Again, so it's day 2 or 3. This is from today, a reliable source called Midas Touch. Americans stranded in the Middle East say the State Department hotline Marco Rubio told them to call, plays a recorded message warning. Please do not rely on the U.S. government for assisted departure or evacuation at this time. Or, in other words, also known as fuck off. We stole the money. You're on your own. There's no budget for it. Fuck off. We know we started a war out of nowhere, bombing the country for a second time. Much worse than the first time, which has left you stranded. And now you're in enemy territory. And there's no way to get out. And we stole the budget months ago. But you'll be all right. Sorry. How many of you stranded over in the Middle East voted for this scumbag? Voted for this Reich, voted for the end, voted for your ass to be stranded in the Middle East as bombs and missiles and drones are going back and forth, son. We begged you not to do it, but you knew better. And I know some of you voted for it. I know some of you did. I'm going to take a break for a moment. I'm sorry. I need to just stop talking for a minute. My throat's like... So this cigarette should help. Be soothing. Should get a pack of menthol cools to soothe my throat when I take a break. Why am I taking water with me? Ew, I want coffee. All right, they've been keeping track of the people that have been canceling on Mr. Altman because Mr. Altman took the Pentagon contract to mass surveil you and auto-deploy drones to kill you. And it's at 2.5 million plus have taken action as part of the boycott. This quit GPD like movement, join the boycott. It's keeping a record of what's going on. 2.5 million, allegedly. Last time I saw the numbers at like 1.5 or 1 million something. You got to multiply that times. Some people are paying $20. Some people are paying up to $200, maybe more, for what AI package they desire. And I thought about it for a moment. What would entail or what is included in a $200 a month AI package? And I thought of things like options, like would you like AI wife with that? Would you like AI girlfriend or boyfriend? Would you like AI best friend? Just upgrade the package for another $30 a month. You can have an AI best friend, an AI wife, AI group of friends. And other things. I assume these are some of the higher selling points. What it can do. I mean, what always sells people? Sex. So I assume the greater the package, the more of that it can do. And stuff like that. And I saw an ad. Was it on YouTube today? I don't know. I think it was on YouTube. It was advertising how you could make a sexy woman on AI, and in the middle, or almost towards the end, in the middle, you can upload a photo and make this girl, and it shows her in like, regular clothes, and then it shows her in like this sexy ass, I don't know, bikini or, very, very revealing outfit. I was like, oh my God, they're straight advertising what I was talking about. The second I heard you could upload a photo in AI, I was like, oh no. Every woman on earth with a picture that's out there digitally, dudes are going to take that and make, nude videos and pictures of them with it. I knew that was going to happen the second I heard. I was like, oh no, this is going to be so bad. Now they're running commercials, son, on this fucking platform. I just saw it today after I listened to a fucking Susie and the Banshees song. I couldn't believe it. And it showed this AI rendering of a pretty blonde girl. And it said, and it would flash her with full clothes and then like scroll down and she'd be in a very revealing kind of outfit. And it was talking while that was going on, and it said something to the effect, and you can upload a picture and make this happen. I was like, oh my God, this is where we at, son? Google letting that ad run on a platform? This is where we at? Whoo. Where would you get a picture from? A real woman, right? Right. Oh my God. A real woman's Facebook, Instagram, whatever. All you need is a headshot, son. That's all you need. That's what they said in the ad. Just upload a headshot or a photo. Where are you going to get that from, guys? Your ex-girlfriend or this person or that person or a movie star, whatever, whoever you like, right? Right. Oh my God, what a disaster. And Google running ads, they proud of it. They love it. But I can't broadcast. I'm too offensive. Amazing, son. Not a good sign for the U.S. that Dover Air Force Base is urgently hiring people to sort through the personal effects of dead soldiers. And this is the ad, and they are. I wonder what they'll need that for. I wonder why they're hiring all of a sudden. Maybe there's some bodies we don't know about. There's about to be, that's for fucking sure. We all know that. Personal effects specialist part-time, because everything's part-time. They don't want to give them benefits, son. Joint Technology Solution Incorporated, Dover Air Force Base, Delaware, $15.66 an hour to root through the dead bodies, right? Joint Technology Solution Incorporated, JTS, a veteran-owned government contracting company, is currently hiring staff to process personal effects at Dover Air Force Base. We are currently seeking part-time on-call. Oh, wow. That's America, baby. Part-time on-call. You know, because you don't need to have a life, right? And you don't need benefits, so part-time. To support, receive, safeguard, inventory, store, process, make final disposition of personal effects of military and civilian casualties from overseas. I'm not going to read the tasks. You know what that means. Root through the bodies, get the personal effects, get it all together, send it to the family. Part-time on call. You know, you could do that with your other 3 jobs and side hustles that equal 1 job. America, greatest country on earth, right? This is the lawyer. And I forgot to make the point, with all the wars, they're going to need more of those specialists, won't they? They will. Obviously, they're hiring. The lawyer, again, recognize, if you don't know, ask somebody, 9th death in ICE custody this year so far, putting 2026 on pace to break another record for deadliest year of ICE detention ever. A Mexican national died while in ICE custody at Adelanto concentration camp in the high desert, according to LA council member Eunices Hernandez, and that's ABC 7. America is the land of concentration camps now. Do you get it? Do you understand that? And Donnie's building a whole other network, new network of concentration camps with your money for you. There's a reason the number of deaths in concentration camp custody have gone up under this specific Reich. Because that's the intention. It will get worse. And I have a feeling in the future, we're going to find out that mass extermination is going on. They're following all the other steps toward it. Could be going on right now for all I know. It was going on while a lot of Germans didn't know. And we deal with the same exact movement. I read you what they believe, right? But they're doing a pretty good job already. The numbers higher than ever of deaths in concentration camps, because that's what they are now. It wasn't the same intention before. It's a whole new intent now, and everybody knows it. We've never had mass Gestapo out on our streets, immune police before, that execute Americans on the street and get whisked away to safety and get $1 million as a reward. And still work for the department till this day. Ninth death this year. We're in, what is it? February, March, something like that. March. Pat yourself on the back, and you know who you are. Because you got your name on that, son. And when they start opening the gas chambers or whatever method, you know, they run with, your name will be on that as well. Maybe you'll end up in one too. Who knows? Maybe you get mad one day, say the wrong thing. That's simple. Wow. Okay, Ted Lieu. I served on active duty and represented a district for many years that includes many top defense companies. Let me say this as simply as I can. Impossible to immediately ramp up munitions production. Will take many months, if not years. Mr. Lieu is right. And he's talking about the Trump administration plans to meet with executives from the biggest U.S. defense contractors at the White House on Friday to discuss accelerating weapons production. I thought, again, Donnie gave a statement and wrote a tweet that, what is going on out here? I think I have an army of police around me. He gave a statement that we have plenty of weapons and we can fight all day and night. We can fight forever. If the war lasted forever, we'll be fine. Mr. Lieu is letting us know, once again, that no, we won't be fine. There is a problem, and we can't just automatically produce magically a bunch of new weapons. It takes years. So obviously there is a problem with the amount of weapons, or Donnie wouldn't be meeting with defense contractors trying to get fucking weapons produced faster. You understand that? Really? Police? Pay attention. I'm not shutting this off. Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. We were just checking on, see what was going on.
I'm making a video. You're live, officer.
Oh, excellent.
What's your name?
Officer Glass.
Glass. Nice to meet you.
Nice. What are you making a video about?
I'm Nicholas Calabrese. I do politics, world affairs, stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So any reason you're parked in this parking lot at this moment, or?
Yeah, it gets a good signal. It's quiet. I'm just making a video.
Okay. This vehicle's registered to you?
It's a rental, actually.
Okay. Do you have any sort of ID on you?
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll be right back with you, sir. No problem.
Okay.
What's up, man? How are you?
Good. How you doing?
He kind of explained what's going on, right? You're not in trouble. We just saw you sitting here, so we figured we'd talk to you.
Okay.
That's
What's
cool.
your name, sir?
I'm Officer Fisher.
Officer Fisher.
Yes, sir.
I'm Nicholas Calabrese. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. Are you a resident of the city, or you kind of just...
Yes.
Cool. How long you been here for?
Oh, off and on 7-8 years.
7-8 years? Okay. How you liking it?
Yeah.
It's okay?
It's okay.
Yeah? Yeah. I hear you. What are you doing at this hour? Just getting ready for your day, or?
I'm making a live video. You're live right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like YouTube, or what
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Cool. What's your video about? Is it like
Politics, world
political
affairs.
stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you typically discuss in your videos?
Politics, world affairs.
Fair enough. Okay. Yep, there's definitely a lot going on, so I'm sure you're probably...
Do you have enough officers here?
There's just two of us. There's just two of us. It's just per policy. We have to...
Are you sure?
Yeah, man.
I might be dangerous.
Nah, dude.
Whew.
Yep.
Did the sun come up?
This light's bright, huh?
My God, I thought there was an army out there.
No, dude. And obviously, you know you're not detained or anything like that, right?
Yes, yeah.
Cool. That's my biggest concern is...
I appreciate that.
You'd be surprised.
Thank you, officer.
You'd be surprised. People have no idea, and they start bugging out.
I just like to let you know too. I tell my audience often because you never know in the social media game.
Yeah.
I have no criminal record whatsoever anywhere.
I have no idea who you are. So yeah,
I'm just letting you know, sir.
I got you. How many viewers you got?
How many what?
How many viewers do you have?
Right now?
Yeah.
52, something like that.
Right on. Right on. Thanks for being cool. I appreciate it. What's the name of your channel?
You
You don't have to tell me.
I've several. I'm trying to think of it, sir. I have several, and they often get shut down. So I don't know what. I'm on Achilles 6, I think.
Okay.
I talk about sensitive issues.
YouTube just doesn't like what you're putting out, I guess. Yeah.
I talk about sensitive issues, and sometimes people get offended.
I got you.
I don't mean to offend anyone.
I hear you. No, I hear you.
There's your ID back.
Thank you.
All right, we're just doing some early morning outreach, and we see someone sitting in their car in, closed business parking lot. So we were just checking out, make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
So you don't need any outreach services. Your place to live over there is West Boca?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Is there a phone number or something you'd like to provide to us?
A phone number?
Yeah.
For what?
Just asking you. I always like to have good contact information.
You want my phone number?
I'm asking if you're willing to provide it. The answer is yes or no. It's not a problem.
Why would I give you a phone number?
Okay, you don't have to give us a phone
I've
number.
never had a police officer ask me for a phone number at a stop before. That's crazy.
It's a consensual encounter.
Okay.
It's a yes or no, dude. I mean,
all right, it's not a problem, sir. Okay.
I'm just kind of surprised. That's all.
All right, cool.
All right, Mr. Calabrese, if you could go ahead and just leave the parking lot. All right, this is private property, and all these businesses are closed. There'd be no reason for you to be parked here at this hour. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I didn't. Why am I being asked to leave? Jesus Christ. Amazing. Well, let's go for a ride. I can't really see though. They got the sun on my ass. I can't fucking see. Jesus Christ. I can't really see what's behind it. It's like the sun. That'll get me arrested running over one of these fucking guys by accident because I can't see shit because it's like the sun. Somebody made this happen, didn't they? Funny, while I'm broadcasting, this happens. Whoa, there is a car near me. What the fuck? What the Now, if I get out the car and look where they're positioned, holy shit, I didn't realize that was as close. See, this is fucked up, man. I almost backed into this motherfucker. This is real fucked up. My God, he was so close. What the fuck? They don't even give me room to back the fuck out, man. Gee. They want my ass, and that's obvious. That was special. Would you like to give us a phone number? Have you ever been asked that before? Would you like to give us a phone number? Wow. We are getting in a police state, and somebody made that happen. Holy shit. They were all up in my business, asking for a fucking phone number. And wait a minute, all the businesses weren't closed there. Fucking Denny's is open. That's a lie right there. Sorry, we're hitting an area where the signal's always bad because Verizon blows. I want to take us to a spot where the signal's better. I just want to keep it running. Somebody made that happen. They know who I am. So they're fucking with me. That was obvious. That was obvious. I could tell when they first parked. The way the lights were shining at me from a distance. That they were planning on doing something. With me specifically. I expected this at some point. Someone I know could have called them and made this happen as well. Someone that has a lot of info about me, and I know who that is. Or I could have gotten word down from somebody to here. Because it would take about 3 seconds to figure out, for the government to figure out where I am. And no, I don't put it past the Reich to make that happen, what just happened. It's hard to fuck with me because I have no record, no warrants, no nothing. Would you like to provide us a phone number? I was not expecting that at the end. Especially with them on camera. He's like, we're just asking. Don't flip out about it. I wasn't flipping out about it. I was like, I'm kind of shocked. I've never been asked for a phone number by the police before. Like they don't already have it. That's what I love about you lying ass government people. Like you don't already have all this shit. Like they didn't know who I was before they got there. Like Google don't have my ID. Like fucking Facebook don't have my ID. Like the fucking federal government doesn't have my ID. Like the CIA doesn't have my ID. The FBI. The local police. The fuck out of here, man. And then they throw me out because they're pissed off I'm not a criminal or something. God, they were the cliche cops too, weren't they? You didn't get a look at them, I did. Oh my God. The cliche soft cops, I mean, not the hard ones, not the tough guys, like the soft, chubby ones. The dorky, like, you know. The dorky, like, oh, thanks for remaining calm. And what did they think I was gonna do? I can't believe that just happened. All right, let me have a smoke and then we're gonna get back to what I was doing. I hope the signals like came back to okay, because when you drive through this area, there's whole patches where the signal goes out. I hope I can still broadcast. I hope it's stabilized and stabilizes. Maybe it'll be good if I give it a minute. Thank you for being my witnesses. Not that it matters. None of you would be able to do shit anyway. I don't have a big enough group of people that would be impacted if I went missing. Let's put it that way. Not big enough to do something about it or make a stink, so. And there's about 9-10 other cars in that parking lot as well. I noticed they weren't going up to their cars. Mine, though. There's someone, I can tell by some of the things they said, someone made that happen. The wanting the phone number at the end is one of the things. And I think I know who that is. Of course, they would never tell me that because then it's a lawsuit. But they had some info on me before they got there, I can tell. They gave the game away. They're not that smart. Ugh, okay, let's do this. Somebody called during the stream, and I think I know who it is. I can tell they had info on me before they got there. They had a story that somebody gave them, and I think I know who it is. And those people should worry about the drugs they own and the life path they've chosen instead of trying to get me locked up. I'm sorry, I'm not a criminal like you. Forgive me. I'm sorry you feel the need. I'm sorry your life is so small. You feel the need to pull stunts like that. I pity you, actually. I'm feeling very sorry for you right now, even though I don't like you. You don't understand what you're doing. Little child. And those cops were not smart enough not to give you away. They're like you. Very, very dark inside. Good luck. Rep Moskowitz can be seen wearing a Justice for Cricket pin as he questions Kristi Noem. I loved this when I saw it. Justice for Cricket. Because remember how Kristi got in the Reich? She wrote a book about shooting her puppy. And then the big crescendo ending of the book was that she shoots Biden's dog when she goes to the White House with Donnie. That was her big effort to get one person's attention. And that was the method she chose. Absolute cruelty and evil. Why'd she choose that method? To get the attention of absolute cruelty and evil called Donnie. And it worked. Look at her now. She gets to ball her side piece on her dime, buy new jets on her dime. She gets to lie about it while her husband sits there. She gets to send mass murderers and kidnappers out to terrorize us and kill us and kidnap us. It was all worth it, wasn't it? Isn't it great? Look where she got in life. She got everything she wanted. And it all started with shooting a puppy. Because she just didn't like it. Not because it was lame or, hurt or a legitimate reason a farmer or someone in the country has to put down an animal. A merciful reason. Nah, not that at all. Did she shoot it in the face? Do I remember hearing that? And then that woman gets shot in the face. The very masked cunt she sent out. She just as responsible. And there's a bunch of clips of her from today, but I thought to myself, you know what? Instead of spending 30 minutes on the pock-faced hag, let's and this is Congress asking Miss Noem, as her husband sits behind her, if she's sleeping with Mr. Lewandowski, who goes with her everywhere she goes. Kamlager Dove, I guess that's the representative or senator. I'm not sure if it's the Senate or Congress questioning her. At any point in your tenure at DHS, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski? Before I go further, I want to say something. They have no problem bringing Bill and Hillary or whoever the fuck in and asking them the most personal fucking shit. And I'm talking about the right-wing grift machine. They do it all day, every day. So don't feel sorry for this woman, or don't think we're going over the line here, because they go over the line every fucking day. We just have Bill and Hillary in there again, asking them all kind of personal and sexual questions. So Noam responds, I'm surprised we're peddling tabloid garbage in this hearing. Really? Doesn't a guy go everywhere you go? I mean, it's kind of common knowledge. She doesn't say no, son. Comlager Dove. You should be able to answer if someone asks you if you or any federal official is sleeping with their subordinate. Noam, it's garbage. Dove, it's about your judgment and conflict of interest. Right. And again, I thought that, your party, your movement, family values, what happened? You put a bunch of rapists and pedophiles at the top of your family values movement. You got an adulterer too. One who sends mass kidnappers out and murderers out. Unbelievable. Yes, her husband's sitting right there today. People pointed that out today. And she can't even say, no, I'm not sleeping with the man. I would never do such a thing. While her husband's sitting right there. Holy fuck, man. Whether they have an open marriage or whatever agreement or understanding they have, because he's got to know she's sleeping with Corey Lewin. Everyone knows. So he knows. He must be okay with it. Maybe they have an open marriage, whatever. But again, I thought it was a family values movement. What happened? You're the morally upright people. You keep telling us this. Yet Miss Noam can't even say whether she can't even say no, that's preposterous. That's ridiculous. She just dodges the question. It's just how it looks, man, too, whether they have an open marriage or whatever they got going on. This is the lawyer again. Notable that Noam has now twice refused to answer this question with a simple yes or no, because Moskowitz asks her again. Moskowitz, the guy with the fucking Save Cricket or Justice for Cricket pin on. Love this guy. I want to give you a chance to answer on the record Rep. Camlogger Dove's question about sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski. Hey, you MAGA folk, the right-wing movement, you're people in government. There are no lines you people don't cross. You bring up anything. So don't get mad, son. She didn't answer again. She dodged it again. Ugh. These are like the worst people. There's a reason this is happening. Noam and Bondi and Donnie and all of them. Oh my, I've never seen such a crew assembled of demons. Fuck. Her husband's sitting right there, son. She can't even lie and say, no, I'm not sleeping with the man, because she's worried about perjury later. That's why she's dodging the question. Oh. It's so ugly. God, it looks so bad. This is Rod Filipkowski commenting on the same situation. Noam's husband is there. You would think she would immediately and strongly deny it if it wasn't true, but she didn't deny it, right? Holy fucking shit. Whew. I don't know if you heard, the leader of Spain told the Reich to fuck off. They can't use any of their territory or whatever for any military involvement with Iran. They basically told the U.S. to leave. Told the Reich to leave. Boy, the Reich did not like that. And Donnie mentioned the leader of Spain in the past couple days. Let him know that he knows, and he's mad. Said he's mad at the leader of England, too, for the whole Diego Garcia thing, which Donnie allegedly signed off on, but that was before he got his chance to be Adolf Hitler. He didn't know he was going to get his chance again. He didn't know he's going to get ousted. Now he knows, and now he's pissed that he may lose access to Diego Garcia. But what he did say in the comments on camera, he said we could just take it if we wanted to. We could just go land there. Who's going to stop us? Okay, Adolf. And he was talking about Spain and Diego Garcia. We could just land there. Who's going to stop us? Mostly talking about Spain. Fuck. So what took place? So after Dottie made his threats, after he said that, he said basically, you know, I'm thinking of economic sanctions. I'm thinking of not dealing with Spain at all on trade whatsoever. Just, we're done with them. So then today when Miss Levitt comes out, she tries to paint it as Spain changed their mind. So the headline came out that Spain changed their mind. Was it true? Two back-to-back AP News alerts, 1:51 p.m. Washington AP. White House says Spain has agreed to cooperate with U.S. operations in Mideast after Trump threatened financial penalties. So Spain changed their mind, according to the Reich, because they got scared. 2:24 p.m. That's barely a half hour later. Spain's government denies cooperation with U.S. operations in the Mideast, contradicting the White House. In other words, we didn't change our mind. Half hour later, that's what level liars we're dealing with. That's how petty they are. Donnie's so mad about it, and that they didn't back down once Donnie made his threats, because he's used to everybody backing down, that he instructed Miss Levitt to go out and lie about it. I guess Donnie was hoping that the leader of Spain or Spain officials from Spain wouldn't just say a half hour later, yeah, that's not true. Amazing. So Miss Levitt, they bring up the State Department hotline for the people stranded in the Middle East. Jesus Christ. Americans who called the State Department hotline as recently as last night were being told, we can't help you. Make your own plans. Levitt, the line was updated, and I expect every single person in this room to report that on that accurately. The Reich, Miss Levitt, the Reich propagandist, is actually at the point where she's telling the press what to write when she doesn't like what they wrote or say. If that ain't an indicator of where this is going, son. This Reich, I mean. Okay, the line was updated. That doesn't, I didn't hear planes in the air. The Reich, man. The Reich. For days I've been seeing people call up CNN, call up MSNBC, call up the BBC. Like, yo, I'm stuck in Qatar. I work for the government, or I'm American. And yo, I got no way out. There's no commercial flights, and we're wondering if the government's gonna come and help us, and because that's usually what happens. And nothing's happening. And then hours or the next day, then there's a hotline you can call, and that's reported on CNN, MSN. They're giving out the phone number. And then they report 5 minutes later that people are calling the number, and it says basically, you're on your own, son. So the Reich hears that. Rubio comes out. First, we need to know where you are. Call the hotline. Blah, 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 blah. Well, is the hotline still going to say that I'm not getting no help? You know, that's, again, it's not a solution because they stole the money. Miss Levitt, today, after days of this, we've updated the hotline. Okay, what does that mean? Are you going to send a goddamn plane, a boat, something? That's all we want to hear. We've updated the hotline. Report the facts accurately. Yeah, the facts are all them motherfuckers are still stranded. Because the budget's been taken. Oof. Notice how the officer wanted to know how many of you were watching. I should have said, oh shit, there's 60,000 people watching right now. Damn it. Spanish Prime Minister. Pedro Sanchez responds to Trump. 23 years ago, the U.S. government dragged us into a war with Iraq. A war said to fight to eliminate Saddam Hussein's nuclear weapons and bring democracy. But no nuclear weapon was found in Iraq. You can't fool us twice. Brutal. That last part was the commenter, you can't fool us twice. But no nuclear weapons were found. Well, yeah, weapons of mass destruction, and it was all lies, and Colin Powell ruined his credibility with that shit. It was sad to watch, man. All for Bush Sr., Cheney, Bush Jr. Again, they were like a lesser version of this Reich now. They were the occupy him for 20 years version instead of bomb him and leave version that we have now. And again, all this began, George Bush Jr., when he took our rights away with the terrorism word. We label you a terrorist, we can do anything to you, your rights are gone, due process gone. Guantanamo. Donnie picked up that football and they've been using it for every single thing. You even got a bonus war out of it today. I'll get to it in a moment. So the leader of Spain is basically saying, yeah, we don't want to be part of Donnie's Adolf Hitler tour. We've already did that experiment with George Bush Jr. It didn't work. We were lied to. Fuck off. Reporter. This is to Hegseth. He's at a podium. What about the reported strike on a girls' school in Iran? I don't know if you heard of that. Now, the terrorist world are famous for putting missile launchers and shit like that in mosques, schools, hospitals, using them as bases of operation, hoping they won't get bombed or targeted. That's a known thing in that world. But the fact is this. They hit a girls' school. We have no idea whether there were weapons based there, troops based there. We have no idea. And Hegseth's answer? Not good. Hegseth, we're investigating. We're on day 4 of them still investigating. Conclusion, if you investigate forever, you never have to admit anything. See, the fact that we're on day 4 and Hegseth isn't even giving us the lie or fact. Oh, there were troops there. Oh, there was a base of operations there. Oh, there was a missile launcher there. There was an anti-aircraft battery there. He didn't say that. He just said we're investigating. Oof. So if he's saying that, he already knows the real deal. He knows if they target it because they knew weapons were there, they were using the girls' school as a cover. He knows this already. He's privy to the info I am not. And he's not using that as an excuse. So that tells me he knows he hit a girls' school. Straight up. That's not good. And Pete loves to talk about Iran hitting soft targets. That's all they're hitting, because they can't take us toe-to-toe. What about you, Dad? I would call a girls' school a soft target, and you ain't even lying to us or telling us that there was weapons or some base there. Man, this shit's bad. Spain's Foreign Minister Jose Manuel Alvarez, after Carolyn Levitt and Spain would collaborate military with the U.S. She may be the White House spokesperson, but I am Spain's foreign minister, and I'm telling her our position remains the same. In other words, we're still telling the Reich to fuck off, and she's a liar. We didn't change our mind. That's how petty what you're dealing with is. Again, we've seen this a bunch of ways, a bunch of times. Where a government announces something that the Reich doesn't like regarding them. Then the next day, Donnie tells the world, oh, they changed their mind. In some way, through Levitt, whatever. It all comes from Donnie. And then a half hour, an hour, 2 hours later, we find out, oh, Donnie was just lying. They didn't change their mind at all. We've gone through this with trade deals, all kinds of stuff. Now we're going through it with Iran. Amazing. Spain's got balls. I'm impressed with what they did. They basically told the Reich to get out. That's why Donnie's lying about it. He's mad about it. The Reich doesn't like that, because if that catches on. And when that happened, it was just one more example of we're being just so isolated. And it's going to happen more and more. We're being traded around. Alliances are forming around us in preparation for fighting us. Countries are telling us to fuck off. They don't want no part of it. We're being isolated. And we already got a problem with a shortage of certain weapons. I didn't think we were that bad off. Apparently, Donnie's given more to Israel and used more than I realized. If he's having emergency meetings with weapons manufacturers, that is not a good sign. I talked last year about us being in a vulnerable, weakened position ripe for attack if we low on weapons, because Donnie using them all and giving them all for his Mideast, replace the UN with the Board of Peace. Dreams. And we get attacked. then we don't even have the weapons to fucking do what we need to do. Defend ourselves. Anti-aircraft, like, you know, we're given to Israel. Operation Child Molester. I cracked up when I fucking saw this. Fucking brilliant. Oh, excuse me, Operation Fat Child Molester. Excuse me. And that's the literal truth. Fucking sad. Rick Wilson gets the credit for the title. Or excuse me, what's on the thumbnail. He gets the credit for that. Bonus War. We didn't know about this one. We were so focused with bombs dropping on Iran and Iran shooting drones and missiles at things. On March 3rd, Ecuadorian and U.S. forces launched operations against designated terrorist organizations in Ecuador. Don't you love this terrorist thing? Thank you, George Bush. We are at the point where we don't even, not we, the Reich, the right-wing grift machine, they don't even name the terror groups anymore. They don't even do us the honor. They don't even have the respect for us to even name the terror group anymore. They have a blanket phrase they use now, designated terror or terrorist organization. You realize that could apply to fucking anybody, right? We've seen this over and over again after bombings in the Caribbean, Venezuela, and now Ecuador. DTO. Okay, what group do they belong to? DTO. You could apply that to anyone, and they are applying that to anyone. Anyone they want. I guess Cuba will be next. The operations are a powerful example of the commitment of partners in Latin America, and it continues, but we don't need to read the rest. Wars and rumors of war. We got a major war going on in the Middle East. Again. And they fighting down in Ecuador, too. After Venezuela. After Donnie took the Holy Land. Holy fuck, man. This is exactly what I expected. This is the way the Antichrist is described. Who can make war with the beast? Wars and rumors of war. I couldn't believe it when I read. I'm like, gee, not enough. We're fighting Iran, and the whole Middle East is now a war zone in various different ways. Let's fight in Ecuador. No wonder the weapons is running out, huh? Shit. And we're at the end. And this just keeps happening. People keep getting hope. I even had a little hope. Maybe the government will do something this time and try and just rein him in a little bit. No. From the New York Times. Senate Republicans block war powers limits as Mideast crisis widens. So, in other words, Donnie, you can do what you want. And money to go with it. So, wars and rumors of war will continue. Unfortunately, which is exactly what I expected. It's such a shame they couldn't even do, I mean, A bunch of Americans and government employees stranded in the Mideast, bombs dropping, missiles being rained down on fucking Israel, missiles being rained down and drones on other areas of the Middle East. And that still couldn't make these people move to do the right thing, man. Another Middle Eastern war still couldn't make these people move to do the right thing. Amazing. I saw this at the end of the day and I was just like, I wish I could end it on a happy note, man. I thought that when I saw this. I realized this was the last screenshot I had for this. And I thought to myself, I'm going to end it with this. And I thought to myself, I wish I could have ended it on a happy note or had some, not, oh, more war and money for it, great. Because, you know, the Adolf Hitler tour isn't going well enough. We want to do more of it. Thank you for being my witnesses. I'm thinking back on it, and I'm thinking how nervous the officers were when I said, "You're live, what's your name?" To both of them. There's only two ways what you people heard and saw could have happened. Because they were not smart officers. And they were exactly the cliches that I've seen in so many videos, I've seen so many people deal with. And they were obviously sent for me. Either it's because what I talk about here, and it's the Reich, because things like that have been happening, son. I don't know if you've heard. You did see that masked cunt show up at a journalist's house, right? Peek in the window. It could have been for that, but I have a feeling it wasn't that. I have a feeling it's someone I know. By what the officers said. They about as smart as this person is. That's probably behind what just happened. Humans out there, I have to say, I thought I couldn't get no more disappointed in you. No more sad for you and the world and me than I am right now. Straight of the devil you are, and that was. All for some vendetta. Why can I leave you all behind, but you can't leave me behind? I wonder. If I'm so horrible, that was low down and goddamn dirty. But it's exactly what you are. So I'm not surprised. A shame it's gotten this far. A shame. Sad it still means that much to you. Sad you can't move on. How pathetic you must be right now. In every aspect. Not what you used to be. That gave you your power. All gone now. Like so many just like you. They used to glow. They used to have so many at the tip of their finger because of their glow. And now it's all gone. And they just kind of a sad nothing that has to do shit like that. In a world that's like this, as rough as it is. That was evil as fuck. And I'm glad I got it on camera that police officer straight up asked for my phone number. That was fascinating. Unfortunately for you, that gave the game away. And I wonder if there's a way I can verify that you called. I have a feeling there is. Maybe I could sue the police department. And you. I don't know what else to say. I guess I'll say this. I really wish, because I see what all of you are dealing with out there, and by dealing with, I mean the people that you're dealing with, the lives that you have. And I was hoping I would not have to deal with what the rest of you deal with, the kind of people the rest of you deal with. I was always looking for that. And you know what? I never found it. And for the most part, it's been an exercise in abject disappointment, an abject letdown. The level of soap opera evil that real humans go to. And I see human after human with people like that in their life, and that's the standard thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is I wish so many of you could be better and not be that. It's a shame. I don't know, the few of us that are not like you could have had a, so much better of a life experience on this plane. Having not ever known you. or even been acquainted with you. And I'm talking to so many. That was really low. What I find interesting is, this person, they were suicidal at a point, and I was literally in tears and called police about that. They called police to try and get me arrested for nothing. That's their existence. And what I did is mine. Damn, that's sad. My God, is that sad. All this time later, too, I don't think about these people. It's the fucking apocalypse, man. God, if people could only focus on what's important. All this dumb bullshit, whoever you're mad at, this person's mad at, you have a vendetta against this what? It's so goddamn irrelevant, son. It's so irrelevant to what's happening and what's coming all our way. I ain't thinking about nobody. Because it's pointless to. We go into the abyss, people. I'm sorry. I don't have time to deal with you. And I'd rather you didn't call the police on me when I've done nothing wrong. Unlike you. Anyway, as if I couldn't be any more disgusted and disappointed with humanity and my experience on this planet, I know the rest of you just deal with it as normal and allow it in your life and just run with it because that's just the way it is. I don't. I'd rather be completely, utterly alone than deal with it. Too much damage has been done, son. Not interested in anyone in any way. Just trying to survive as long as I can before the right comes and gets my ass. So sad that one of you out there has to help him along. What a pity. Maybe you could have been something long time ago before you became this. Have a wonderful evening. Don't take the mark.